Ben! Of course I'm Ben, the bioelectronic navigator. Oops. And you are?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're looking at characters from Disney films that get a lot of negative attention for flawed reasons.
What am I going to do with him?
He'd make a very handsome throw rug.
Zazu.
Number 10. Merida Brave. This spirited redhead is a very odd target of hate. Merida is a young princess in medieval Scotland with a talent for archery and a strained relationship with her proper mother, Eleanor.
I'm not doing any of this to hurt you.
If you could just try to see what I do out of love.
But it's my life,
When she finds out that she's to be betrothed against her will, she winds up in a witch's home with a spell to change her mother. Eleanor is changed all right. She becomes a bear.
It's not my fault. I didn't ask her to change you into a bear. I just wanted her to change you.
Merida's crucial role in turning her mother into a bear didn't win her many fans. But what is a main character without flaws or mistakes? Not a good one, we say. Merida does succeed in changing her mother back, so all's well that ends well.
Our fate lives within us. You only have to be brave enough to see it.
Number 9. Donald Duck. Various.
Does anybody understand what this duck is saying?
One of Disney's most iconic characters is also one of its most hated ones. This anthropomorphic duck's mercurial disposition and fiery temper has caused a lot of problems for him, but it has also gotten him out of many situations. Donald Duck has appeared in more films than any other Disney character.
Look at him, fellas. That's gonna be us out there someday. I just know it.
I can't wait.
Yeah, me too.
Despite his iconic status, there are people who feel Donald is too annoying, too angry, and too much of a jerk to be likable. But we think he's a great foil to Mickey Mouse. He also pairs well in stories with Daisy Duck and his nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
One more thing. Give me a hug. We're really gonna miss you, Uncle Donald. I'm gonna miss you too.
At the end of the day, he's a cartoon duck. It's his job to be funny. Number 8. Olaf Frozen.
Let's start this thing over. Hi, everyone. I'm Olaf, and I like warm hugs.
Is it so wrong to love warm hugs? This effusive snowman, voiced by Josh Gad, gets hate often. Ironically, this sentient, soft-spoken snowman was written with much subtler character humor than the typical Disney sidekick. But Olaf's childlike naivete rubs some viewers the wrong way. His penchant for dispensing random trivia facts in Frozen 2 didn't exactly win him any fans either.
Who's into trivia? I am. Okay. Did you know that water has memory? True fact. It's disputed by many, but it's true. Did you know men are 6 times more likely to be struck by lightning?
Still, Olaf is so benign, it's strange to feel anything close to hatred for his character. Also, we can't help but be charmed by his cute recap of the first Frozen in the sequel.
I'm a Papa, help! Slam! Doors shutting everywhere! Sisters torn apart! Well, at least they have their parents. Their parents are dead.
Number 7. Lightning McQueen. Cars. We admit it, this character getting hate is understandable. A talented race car, Lightning McQueen begins Cars as arrogant and selfish. He's definitely not a team player.
Everyone wants to see the bolt. What? Now back away. Ah, that's it! Come on, guys. Ow! Whoa, team, where are you going? We quit, Mr. One-Man Show! Okay, leave, fine.
In his desperation to win the Piston Cup, he winds up stranded in a desert town, forced to repave a road and learn some humility in the process.
I'm not them.
Oh, yeah?
No, I'm not.
When is the last time you cared about something except yourself, Hot Rod? You name me one time.
He definitely grows a lot throughout the film, but many still find his previous attitude too off-putting. Still, the character development is there, and we find it unfair that McQueen is judged for his actions in the beginning of the film, when the narrative clearly gives him a reality check.
You just gave up the Piston Cup. You know that?
This grumpy old race car I know once told me something.
It's just an empty cup.
Number 6. The Gargoyles, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Fans Fans have long sung the praises of this underrated Disney film. With its gorgeous score, animation, and memorable villain, Hunchback gets high marks. But if there's one thing fans object to, it's typically the Gargoyles.
If watching is all you're gonna do, then you're gonna watch your life go by without you.
Yeah, you're human. With the flesh and the hair and the navel lint, we're just part of the architecture. Right, Victor?
Many feel that Quasimodo's light-hearted friends are woefully out of place in one of Disney's darkest films. Their comic antics tend to lead to tonal clashes.
Maybe Frollo's wrong about the both of us.
What did she say?
Frollo's nose is long and he wears a truss.
Ha! Told you. Pay up. Oh, dear. Chump.
But let's not get carried away. This movie is still for kids, with a happy ending to boot. Disney toned down a lot of the dark elements in Victor Hugo's novel, ditching its tragic ending completely. The Gargoyles are fine as comic relief, and their song is fun, with tongue-in-cheek lyrics.
You see that face? You don't forget it. Want something new?
That's you.
For sure.
Number 5. Zazu, The Lion King. It can be hard to think of anything wrong with this iconic film. After all, it's considered one of Disney's best. But there are still some fans that really can't stand Zazu the Hornbill.
You'd better have a good excuse for missing the ceremony this morning.
Oh, now look, Zazu, you've made me lose my lunch.
Ha! You'll lose more than that when the king gets through with you. He's as mad as a hippo with a hernia.
As the king's major domo, Zazu is officious, pompous, and excitable. Think Polonius from Hamlet, but with feathers.
So you have to do what I tell you.
Not yet, I don't. And with an attitude like that, I'm afraid you're shaping up to be a pretty pathetic king.
Zazu's attitude might be tough to swallow, especially for younger viewers, but as an adult, yeah, being a civil servant responsible for the education of the young and frankly annoying heir to the throne is tough. Sorry we judged you, Zazu.
Look, Banana Beak is scared.
It's Mr. Banana Beak to you, Fuzzy. And right now, we are all in very real danger.
Danger?
Number 4. Ariel, The Little Mermaid. How this character is criticized more than King Triton is beyond us.
I consider myself a reasonable merman. I set certain rules, and I expect those rules to be obeyed.
This Little Mermaid has dealt with a lot of hate. Certainly, Ariel is rebellious and naive at the beginning of the story. She leaves her family and home and loses her voice all for a man. Except she doesn't. Ariel's famous solo about longing for a life on land is sung way before she even sees Prince Eric.
Up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world.
Even before that, she risks being shark meat for a fork and has a grotto full of land treasures. In the end, many of these critiques tend to reveal their own biases, since Ariel is not only independent and spunky, but also saves her prince twice. Let's lay off her, for real.
Just you and me, and I could be part of your world.
Number 3. Woody, Toy Story.
It doesn't matter how much we're played with. What matters is that we're here for Andy when he needs us. That's what we're made for, right?
Ironically, this character could have been much worse than what we got. During the development of Toy Story, one idea for Woody's character was to make him a mean-spirited autocrat, abusing the other toys until they rebelled against him.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you.
That wasn't flying. That was falling with style.
But in the actual Toy Story, Woody is the caring, if complacent, leader of the toys. Sure, he's threatened by Buzz's arrival and jealous of his popularity, but one of Woody's best traits has always been his loyalty to his friends, particularly Andy. And he always manages to admit that he's wrong.
Over in that house is a kid who thinks you are the greatest, and it's not because you're a space ranger, pal. It's because you're a toy. You are his toy.
In the end, he and Buzz become great friends. Character development is always great to see. Number 2. Abuela Alma Madrigal, Encanto. Disney's move away from outright villains could be called a double-edged sword. On the one hand, more nuanced storytelling is appreciated. On the other hand, layered characters like Abuela from Encanto can get unnecessary hate. Abuela is the matriarch of the Madrigals, obsessed with preserving the magic of her house after her husband's tragic death.
Vienen milagros, vienen crisálidas, hay que partir y construir su propio futuro.
Her story involves realizing her strict adherence to duty has made her family unhappy. It's resolved when she changes her ways and reconciles with her family.
I asked my Pedro for help. Mirabel. He sent me you.
However, some fans seem to not come to terms with this, or maybe they think Abuela should have gotten more of a comeuppance. Either way, we're not here for the hate.
The miracle is not so magic that you've got. The miracle is you.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Snow White. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
I'm wishing for the one I love to find me today.
Snow White. Where to start? This character gets a lot of similar flack as her fellow Princess Cinderella. People have objected to her as sickly sweet and passive, and as a damsel in distress. She always has to be saved by a man. The dwarfs and even the evil queen are more interesting than her.
Now, begin thy magic spell.
The problem with these arguments is that at its core, Snow White's story is one of escaping abuse. Even though Snow White longs for her prince, her story isn't all that focused on romance. The prince functions as a reward for Snow White's suffering. Just let the girl have her prince. Which Disney character are you leaping to defend? Let us know in the comments down below.
Daisy? Are you kissing a commoner?
C'est la vie! Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.